So this morning, I could not take any question because I wanted to end the class sharp at 9 o'clock. Now, how many of you have questions? Let's see. Okay, so we can start off with some questions this session. And I would like to finish the session in time so that you can listen to Shiva's wonderful classical singing in glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, we'll start off with Satya Maharani's question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So the question's been coming because being a Westerner and not knowing about Mahaprabhu, it's not in my childhood, it's very, very foreign, and I've been getting less and less foreign about it. But the knowledge that we keep on learning is infinite, to go deeper and deeper. And so I just sort of wonder, we come here, we do the yatra, we go to the places of Mahaprabhu, and it's very helpful for me because I can see, feel, touch, experience what has gone on. So it's making the Leelas very real. But at the same time, you can do that infinitely as well. So it's a bit overwhelming. And I just wonder, what is the point of it all at the end of the day? Is it to develop love for Krishna and relationship?
What's the point of what?
Of all of this activity of, acquiring the knowledge and going to the places.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, a very nice question. Not only in the West, all over the world there's an acute shortage of knowledge about God. I mean, I can very clearly say that it's ISKCON. It's only ISKCON that is giving real knowledge about God everywhere. I mean, I'm coming from Indian background. I've seen many sadhus. Not a single one knows about God. At the most, anyway, let's not get into that. What they do not have, let's not worry about that. The question here is what we have. And that means what Srila Prabhupada gave us. Gave us a perfect understanding of God. And now, the other problem actually is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God as a devotee. That makes it even more difficult. That's why this morning I kind of elaborately spoke on that to make everyone understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so the thing is that is the problem. God as a devotee. And not only that, he is completely averse to anyone identifying him as God. So, and why he is doing that? To make everybody understand who is real God. That God came as a devotee to teach us who is God. Therefore, even if we don't recognize Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, doesn't matter. What matters is what he is saying. And how he is acting as a devotee, teaching us how should one act as a devotee. How should a devotee act? How should a devotee behave? How should a devotee conduct himself? That is what he is teaching. Now, like as you are pointing out, that was the purpose of coming to a pilgrimage like this. The purpose is that when you hear about Krishna, hear about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then you come to the place where they acted, right? So then you realize it's not just some stories. It's not just some, fantastic ideas that people have developed and displayed, right? It is real. When you come here and you can see the tree that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planted, right? The place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacted different pastimes. Mm. Then you go to Vrindavan and you see where Krishna performed his pastimes. That is the place where he danced with the gopis. That's the place where he stole butter. That's the place where he had a fight with the gopis. And so then, Krishna becomes so real. And you begin to wonder, well, had I been here 5,000 years ago, I would have witnessed those activities. Had I have come here 500 years ago, I could have witnessed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is why this pilgrimage is very important. Because you go to the places where the Lord enacted his pastimes, and as a result of that, our understanding about him becomes more clear. Right? Thank you. Okay, now I'll take Tucker's question.
Maharaj, what I've been stewing on, what I've been wanting to ask is, how does one serve selflessly? It feels almost paradoxical, service, in the sense that when you do something for others, you do it for yourself. Through serving others, you receive happiness and work in the line of service. However, it's for personal gain as it's for service. So my question is, how do I serve selflessly? How can I be selfless? Is it the root of it is?
You see, you can take it as selfless or for the supreme self, right? Selfless becomes, a rather dry consideration. Nobody wants to act without any benefit, right? But when you recognize that Krishna is the self of the self, Krishna is the supreme self, meaning when you do something for him, then the benefit that you derive is inconceivably greater. And not only that, when you do that, then everybody benefits. So that's why the motivation for doing something becomes even more intense or exciting. So let us put it this way. Everybody wants to do something for some benefit, right? Now, if you do something that benefits you manifold, and not only that, it also benefits everyone else, then won't you be inspired to do it again and again? So that is the thing. Like, it can be put it in this way. There is some food, and the hand takes the food and says, I am so happy, I got this food, this is my food. Right? And he holds on to that. Mr. Hand may get some pleasure out of that. But when he puts it in the mouth, then the mouth relishes it. It goes to the stomach, and the whole body gets nourished. So that is the difference between doing thing with a selfish motivation, right? With a real self. Like one is holding on to the hand, holding the thing in hand is a selfish motive, right? Now you say, well, this is not my food, I won't hold it. Selfless. But the real benefit comes when you put it in the mouth. So when you do things for Krishna, that actually derives the ultimate benefit. Okay? So selfless means give it up. Right? Selfish, hold on to it. And doing it for the real self is putting it into the mouth. Then the whole body benefits. Do you have any other question, Tucker?
For another time.
Huh? Okay, one at a time. That's good. So who had Pranavishwar? Yeah. I gave it to him. Yeah, I identified him.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, in the morning you said, although the Lord is all-knowing, He does not know three things. You said, what is there in me that Radharani loves? And the second was, what kind of joy she experiences. What was the third one?
The first one is, how great is Radharani's love for me? Krishna wanted to know how great. The Sanskrit verse goes like this: Shri Radhaya Pranayo Mohima Kidrishu. Kidrishu means how. Mohima means glorious or great. Shri Radhaya, Radharani's Pranaya, love. How great is Radharani's love for me? Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mohima Kidrishu. Banai Bashaddo Jenadbhuta Madhurima Kidrishu va Modiyo. What kind of attraction, what kind of sweetness is there in me that she becomes so attracted to me? Banai Bashaddo Jenadbhuta Madhurima Kid. By loving me, what kind of joy does she experience? So these are the three things that he wanted to understand.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
So, okay.
Krishna Guru Maharaj, thank you for your class. This question is about the three energies of Krishna. One was the pleasure potency, the consciousness potency, and the eternity potency.
No, existence potency.
And my question, you started off saying that each of them have personalities.
Yeah.
And Radharani is the pleasure potency.
Pleasure potency.
What are the other two?
Yeah. The existence potency is coming from Balaram. And conscious potency is coming from Krishna himself. Chit potency. Yes. You're about to give the thing to someone at the back, so next time you give it to him. Yeah, no, it's all right. You take it.
Krishna Maharaj, in the morning class you mentioned that the body is like a machine, the soul is like a driver. Once the driver is out, it stops there. Similarly, when the soul is out of the body just stops. My question is, what happens when a person is in coma? What happens to the soul?
Yeah, the soul is still in the body, but the consciousness is, external consciousness is not manifest. The gross body is inactive. That's coma. But that doesn't mean the subtle body is inactive. The subtle body is active. An example, when Jayapataka Maharaj had a stroke, like I was telling him, you can't leave now. You have so much to do for Srila Prabhupada. Now, later on, he told me, not only told me, he told He often tells everybody, I came back because Bhakti Charu Maharaj wanted me to come. Now the thing is, he was in a coma. When I was actually embracing him and I was speaking to him, how could he register that? That means his subtle body was awake. His subtle body was hearing. We have two bodies, you know that. There's a gross body, and the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay. So coma means the gross body is inactive. But the subtle body may be awake or active.
Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
So usually we have seen that when we are involved in spiritual service, we always get the pleasure. But many times in practicality also happens that when we are more involved, sometimes also we feel burnt out. So why this feeling is there?
Why this experience? Because your consciousness is not spiritual enough. You're taking it as material activity. When you act on a spiritual plane, then you are not acting on the bodily platform. Like bodies are engaged, but it is being driven by the spiritual energy, the energy of the soul. And then on top of everything, you recognize that Krishna is watching you. Krishna is recognizing your service. But still, when you're in the bodily platform, body has a tendency to become tired. So sometimes it happens. So if the devotional service sometimes become too stressful, then go and have a nap. Rejuvenate yourself through a little sleep. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I was quite keen to understand, since Krishna consciousness, I've really wanted nothing more than to sort of share it with as many people as possible. Just as when you cook a nice meal, you cook it for yourself, you eat it, the first thing you want to do is share it with others. And because I'm not very well versed in Sanskrit, and I don't know, I can't read off lots of verses off the top of my head. How can I do that? How can I be best placed to serve others by sharing?
How can you?
How can I best serve others by sharing all of this knowledge with them?
Yeah, good, very sincere point. Yeah, the thing is that there is two phases. Yeah, acquiring phases and distributing phases, right? So, say for example, you want to be charitable, right? But in order to conduct the charity, you have to have the money, right? You have to acquire the money, then only you'll be able to give it to others. Similarly, knowledge, first you have to acquire it, you have to learn it, and then only you can give it. So the point is, like, if you consider the learning aspect is that of a student, and the giving aspect is that of a teacher, so the teacher first has to become a student. Then only he'll be able to become a teacher. So this tendency or this desire is very noble, that you want to give. And you may be feeling your frailty or shortcomings, lacking. But so, like right away you may not be able to give out, but that intention of giving out is noble. Okay, and the other thing is that Krishna consciousness is something that, can I just see him? Just make a little room on the side so that I can see him while I'm answering him. So Krishna consciousness is something that is lacking in this world. Therefore, whatever little you have, and if you give, others will benefit. An example for that is Prabhupada's secretary at that time was Shamsundar Prabhu, and his wife was also traveling with him, Malati Mataji, with their daughter Saraswati. Saraswati was a little girl, and one day some big man came to meet Srila Prabhupada, and while he was waiting for Srila Prabhupada to come out and meet him, Saraswati was kind of speaking to that man, or he was speaking to Saraswati. Saraswati asked at one point, "Do you know Krishna?" That man kind of jokingly said, "No, I don't know Krishna." "Oh, you don't know Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And Prabhupada pointed out that this is Krishna consciousness. Even a child can preach to a minister. You don't know Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if you know even this much, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, go and give it to those who do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they'll benefit from that. Yes, Udayananda Prabhu.
Also, Maharaj, if you feel you're not competent to speak on Krishna consciousness, you can always distribute Srila Prabhupada's books.
Yeah, that's of course, yeah.
So,
Anyway, his question was different. Let's not get into that. It is a personal question he wants to give, and he feels that he is lacking. So first let him learn. And that's a good point. If you can't answer, then at least you can bring it to somebody who knows, or you can give him Prabhupada's books. You can make arrangements for him. Any other question? Yes.
I wanted to ask, in this past time when Nityananda Prabhu cheated Mahaprabhu and didn't take him to Vrindavan, I've been wondering how is it possible, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so how could he be cheated?
Very good question. Yeah. How is it possible? He is all-knowing Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Lord's pastimes are like acting on a stage, a drama. Just like in a drama, the actor is playing the role. Like, say, for example, the actor may be a very good person, very nice gentleman, but he is playing the role of a villain. Right? So, he's playing the role. That's the role that... Similarly, the Lord is actually playing his pastimes, which is like a drama. And like in a drama, a good actor forgets himself and just becomes that character. So when the Lord plays, he's also the greatest actor. And he also forgets himself and plays the role that he is playing. So he is playing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is acting. While he is acting, he is forgetting who he is. And here also comes another factor. You know, an actor is directed by the director. And good director makes the actor play his role in a perfect way. Now here the director is Yogamaya. And Yogamaya makes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forget that he is God. And she makes him act like just as a ordinary person who is misled by his companions. All right?
Thank you, Guru. And can I have another question?
Sure.
So, also at the beginning of Krishna consciousness, when Srila Prabhupada was starting, so many devotees were put into difficulties. Like, there was this whole program of the programming, what was going on in America, and I've been wondering, is it also kind of drama it is supposed to, there is some reason behind it, and is it also like that? Or is there some other reason for why it happened like that?
Well, in the ultimate sense, we have to see that it's all Krishna's arrangement. But in the material nature, Krishna set up one system that is called guna and karma. In the material nature, Krishna actually doesn't get involved. Every individual in the material nature is subjected to the modes of the material nature and reactions of his karma. And as a result of that, sometimes there are conflicts. Another way to look at it is, this is the age of Kali, people are atheistic, people are demoniac, and there is a conflict between the devotees and the demons. But the bottom line is, what is the ultimate end? What is the outcome? And you can see the outcome spiritually is glorious. Where are all those deprogrammers today? Right? Most of them are now under the ground. Right? But Krishna consciousness is expanding. All those deprogrammers are gone. And also here we all can also see that in these difficulties, Krishna actually comes to help his devotees. Nishingadev comes to help his devotees. I thought of, in that context, just one thought came to my mind. In Germany, devotees used to go out chanting at night. There is a city called Hamburg, and there is an area which is notorious area called St. Pauli. It's a red light area. And you can well imagine all kinds of drunkards and all those people are there. But the devotees used to go there to chant, because trying to distribute to the most fallen. So while one day the devotees were chanting, there was a big man, came charging towards them. And devotees were doing what to do, like some devotee thought that he'll take the kartal and swing it in. But the leader said, no, not to do anything, but just chant Namaste Narasimhaya. And as the chant started to chant Namaste Narasimhaya, all of a sudden they saw that person's body went up and then fell on the ground. And the paramedics came, and they said that he had a massive heart attack. Was it a massive heart attack? Or Nishingadev acting? So there are instances like that, Another time I heard from one of my god sisters. She was distributing books door to door in a kind of a quiet neighborhood. And then all of a sudden she saw that one man was just coming, and she could anticipate, that this man is going to attack her. And she started to chant Namaste Narasimhaya. And the man just turned around and walked away. So this is how the Lord is protecting his devotees. So devotees don't need to worry about anything. Krishna will take care. Okay, any other question? Oh. Yes.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for giving wonderful answers. I would like to ask a simple question related to Jagannath Puri, because most of us are visiting various temples. So I have got answers from various other places previously as well, but I want to ask from myself for others as well. Like there are so many pandas in the temples, so they sometimes ask us to give money. Sometimes they ask us various things, and if we don't give them, they will be angry and all. So, what kind of the mood we should have in the temple while dealing with them, and what kind of the consciousness we should have in presence of them?
If they're asking for some money and if you have something in your pocket, give it to them.
But sometimes they will like behave like if you will give something, they will ask more, and like they will like they look like that, not the devotee kind of. So at that time we also feel like what kind of these people are at such place, and also it offends the
Well, what to do, like it is like that, but after all, they're serving the Lord. So let's do it in that understanding. Like when we come to a holy place, let us look at it in a spiritual, from a spiritual perspective. Like after all, take it like they're serving Krishna. Just like because you are serving Krishna, so many people give you donation. I mean, we also go and ask for donation, right? Maybe in a more sophisticated way. But the bottom line is the same. And you may say that, well, I mean, we are using it in Krishna's service. Let's take it that when they take their money, they also use it in Krishna's service. And main thing is that after all, they're serving the Lord. That, you see, Prabhupada actually told Jagannath the Pandit that because he had a critical nature, he was going to Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu was trying to stop him from going to Vrindavan. Finally, when he insisted and he was going to go to Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that when you go to Vrindavan, don't criticize them, the devotees. Don't criticize anyone. Because maybe you can't understand, why they are behaving in a certain way. I'm saying it, because of my personal experience. I was in some place like in Vrindavan. I just went out with some devotees. And one guy came and asked, and I refused to give him. At the time, my feeling was that people shouldn't ask for a sannyasi. People should give to the sannyasis. I just kind of didn't say anything. I tried to avoid. And the person became so upset. He just kept on, like shouting and then, anyway, it was over. I was upset with him also, Didn't say anything, left the place. Later on, I was thinking, why didn't I give him some money? He would have been happy and, I could have avoided this unpleasantness. So based on that experience, I am telling you what I am telling you. Give them something. If they want something, give them something. That's one side. But at the same time, probably you will see the same person, when you are going by, he'll invite you to come and take prasad at his house. That's Vrindavan, And I have experience, like sometimes I used to go alone or in Vrindavan or with one or two devotees with me. And, you can't imagine how often they invite you to come. Oh Baba, come to my house and take prasad. They're poor people, They're not wealthy. They don't have any income. But they're so generous. They're inviting people to come and take prasad in their house. Okay? Again, anyway, let's not be critical about them. Let's have based on Mahaprabhu's instruction on Jagadananda Pandit. So, any other question? Yes, Hemavati?
Guru, thank you for the wonderful class. I wanted to know, you said the Neelashala mountain. So, Guru, is the Jagannath Puri on top of it?
Yes. The Jagannath temple is on top of that. If you dig the sand deep enough, you will see that conch shell. Yeah.
We having such a wonderful program, and we seeing the most beautiful aspects of the Lord and such a wonderful darshan. So I wanted to know, how do we always keep this in our mind and heart and never forget, even when we go home?
It's up to you. How you want to preserve it in your memory. And the way to do that is that, sweet recollections are always memorable. Like, just carry all the wonderful experiences that you are having, and then, go back and dwell in them. That's why I often say that the real joy, the real purpose of these parikramas or pilgrimage will be experienced when you go back. Then only all those sweet memories, will come to your recollection. Thank you. Okay, if there's any question, there'll be a last question. Oh, there is a question, that's all right. And then Karunika Gopika from Chicago, early morning there. How to overcome hatred in relationship? In neutral way means in sometimes the relationship is not working smoothly. So how to overcome that in neutral way or towards love? Well, the answer will be the neutral way is better than the negative way, and love is better than the neutral way. So try to react to that in a loving way, because love is the most wonderful thing, and this love is not actually our love. What we distribute is Krishna's love. I love you because Krishna is there with you. I love you because Krishna loves you. Our way is via Krishna. And that is the difference between love and lust. Lust is the attraction between the bodies, and love is attraction to Krishna.